Hey there, this is Mike Munzing. It's another weekend. It's actually 4th of July weekend. I know I hadn't been here for a little bit. We did the foreclosure report last week. I went to Seattle last weekend actually with my wife. A little picture of us there on the ferry. Great time. If you haven't been to Seattle, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic city. Once again, I'm Mike Munzing with Munzing Mortgage Group. I've been a lender down here in South Orange County for about 20 years. I've worked with a lot of you guys, the realtors. If you're a buyer watching this video, if this has been forwarded to you from one of your realtors, one of the agents you're working with, even a friend, I'd love to help you as well. Once again, Mike Munzing, Munzing Mortgage Group. You can find me at www.mikemunzing.com. I've got a great website out there. A lot of tools, a lot of tips, a lot of things going on. Hey, wanted to jump right into the rates for the week. Every week, I put on my website there the rate sheet. I'll bring it up here in the corner of the screen. And what that does is that brings you the rates and lets you take them to your open houses, share them with your friends, share them with the folks at the open house. Let's take a look. I'll slide up and bring it up on the screen here. First, rates have trickled down just slightly for the week. Ballpark rates for the week, about 30-year fixed at 5 1/8. That would be up to 4.17. Still the conforming loan amount. Still the hottest rates out there as far as the best rates. If you go down a little bit, the hottest product out right now is 30-year fixed FHA at about 5 1/4. Now we've covered the benefits in the past. FHA's got a lot of great benefits, easier guidelines, a little bit higher ratios, and the down payment is much lower at about 3.5%. Up to 729. Below that, we've got what's called the high balance conforming and the high balance FHA. The high balance conforming 30-year fixed right now at about 5.375. High balance FHA at about 5.625. Still got very tough, big jumbo money, but I want to bring that to you, and we'll get rid of that rate sheet and get that thing out of here. Okay, now I want to jump into another report. Every couple of weeks I was covering Stephen Thomas's Orange County Housing Report. Now I'll put it up behind me here. Let's bring up a picture of Stephen here. He's a good guy. He's the owner of one of the local real estate companies down here in South Orange County. Stephen does a fantastic job of breaking down the properties, breaking down the inventory in the county as a whole. It's been a little quiet for a few weeks. Stephen got real sick there for a while. We were worried about him. Everybody was praying for him and keeping him in their thoughts, keeping him in their prayers. He's getting better. That's the great news. If you hadn't heard, he's getting better, and he's getting his reports back out there. First thing I want to do is bring up a chart for you right here. I've got the charts here, but this is all the properties kind of broken down in Orange County. You can see all of Orange County over on the left side is about 9,188 properties available. And on average, the average time on market right now is at about 2.53 months. So 2.5 months is the time on market on average. A couple weeks prior to that, about 2.55. Just moving a little bit quicker. But what I put on here, if you take a look at your left side of the screen, that yellow section there, that's kind of the hot part of the market, kind of the sweet spot. Now, as you can see, that covers all the properties from 0 in the first section on down to 250 to 500, and then 500 to 750. And then you can see the corresponding numbers of the time on market from 1.96 months, from 0 to 250, on up to the 2.23 on the pink right there in the middle below me. And that is the hottest part of the market. And what I try to tell you realtors is that if you're holding an open house, don't try to hold that big $2 million property on the coast or the big property in Coto de Caza. That's not where the buyers are. The buyers are in the lower end single family homes. I'm going to switch over to the next report here. This is detached homes, as you can see here in Orange County, and you can see the numbers corresponding to the detached homes. The market is even quicker on those. They're getting off the market lickety-split, barely a month on the first two sections. And if you look at the pink sections there and 1.96, just under 2 months on the 500 to 750 for those properties. Now, remember that we've got available financing up to right about 729, 750. That's where you get into the jumbo money. It's really a tough market to get those properties financed at that point. So that's where the properties are going to sell, where the money is. The big jumbo, million, 2 million, very little money there. Property is going to be much tougher to get off the market. You've got the great financing, you have FHA, you have conforming, high balance conforming. This is where you want to hold the properties open. This is where you want to push the properties and get the listings, get these listings. It's interesting. When I do the foreclosure reports, I'm telling you how many properties are going back to the bank. And I've heard numbers upwards of 300,000 in California being held by the banks, not being brought on them back on the market. So something's going on with the banks. They're not bringing those properties back on the market. We have to see what's going on there. I have my suspicions. It relates to the government. It relates to the TARP money. It relates to the influence that the government has over these banks, and they're influencing them not to bring them back on the market. Now's the time. If you had a property to sell, I would encourage you to sell it, because things are temporarily light in the market. There's not a lot of inventory. As much as the values are holding, which is not a lot, properties are still dropping. Once these other properties hit the market, they will drop further. So get your properties on the market, get your sellers to sell now. You've got a window of opportunity, and now's the time to get them out. Okay, 2 or 3 months ago, I promised you that I was going to try and get a little bit less political. I have to break that promise. This whole cap and trade thing's got me furious. I tell you, I printed an article. I've been reading a lot on it. We're waiting to see what the numbers are coming down. But, you know, as I said, last weekend I was off in Seattle. Friday, at the end of the day, Pelosi and the Congress folks snuck that thing through. They voted that through in Congress. Obviously, we've got a big fight to keep that thing from going through with the Senate. Now, yeah, I believe in less government. I'm a less government guy. I've worked my butt off for 20 years in this industry, as I know you guys are too. We don't get handouts. We don't get things given to us. We work hard, and we need help with this industry. My big question is with this cap and trade, it is only going to hurt the country. It's only going to hurt real estate. Let's look at a couple of things. What I've seen on there, and once again, I'm waiting for all the solid numbers. Even Congress didn't read it. What? Another 400 pages hit at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody read the bill as they passed it. It's ridiculous. It should be criminal. But a national building code is ridiculous. Some areas are different than others. We have now what they're talking about is the feds doing an energy inspection on homes. Now, there's rumor that it may not be for existing homes, but if it is, the older homes are going to do a nationalized energy study on those homes. From what I understand, they're trying to get one company. Who in the world do you think might own that company? You never know. Oh, who is that? Who's got stakes in this? Who's making money in this? A lot of the government. You've got a lot of political people who are highly invested in these energy efficient companies and these green products. Yeah, recycling's great, but turning our country upside down is dangerous. And right now, we all know economy's in trouble, real estate's having trouble. We don't need more burden to keep the properties from selling. You've got, once again, prohibitive costs. If you have to do an energy study and change out doors and windows and appliances and HVAC or air conditioning systems, that is absolutely going to be prohibitive for you to sell your properties. It is going to encourage folks who are already somewhat upside down from even trying to sell that property. It's going to encourage more defaults with doing that. It's going to, once again, I'm reading down the list of things that they were breaking down. It's going to hurt the low-income folks more than anybody else because they live in those older homes that are not efficient and are not up to code. This article also talks about an EPA study. They keep talking about the global warming. An EPA study that started off in this bill was talking about how global temperatures are actually decreasing. They pulled that thing out of the study quickly. They're suppressing that information, and it's not getting out there. This is ridiculous. This is criminal. I'm letting my senators know we don't need this in real estate. We don't need this in our country. We're not just talking real estate. We're talking the economy as a whole, your energy costs, manufacturing costs, everything will go up with this. They try to sneak this through. We've got to stop it. We have to stop it now, and it's making it difficult. It's 4th of July. It's time to relax. The weather should be great. Have a fun time with your family. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. God bless your family, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
And I'm proud to be an American.